Good morning, friends of Ai4Autism. I'm here with Matt Brereton from the Bonnygate Garages here in Cupar. We've got some questions for Matt, so here we go. Matt, are you autistic?
Slightly. I say that because I've just got, my son was the one that was diagnosed, and since then I've noticed a lot of the things that came up with the reasons why he was diagnosed as autistic. I'm exactly the same, so I haven't had it diagnosed myself. It was my son, but it was just on that basis that I've realised that explains why I've been the way I have throughout my life. It's all making sense now. So now that I know that I am, I can work with it, and it's easier.
That's amazing. What sort of tests did they perform on your son, and how long did it take?
It was questions. It was a questionnaire, and it's something you can do at home, or the GPs do it. It was he had a few places that he went to, though. It was mostly through the GP, and got it all sorted through there.
And through this discovery and diagnosis of your son's autism, you found out a lot of things about yourself as well, as you said.
Yeah.
When did you know when you were different to others?
I've always felt different, but it was just it's hard to explain it. I just knew when people did stuff, I always think about things differently, and it's been with me through school and through different jobs that I've had, and they've always thought you think outside the box, and it's just the way I am, and certain things with the way that it's like eye contact was another one that I'm not very good at. It's just part of it. I just look to the side, but yeah, it was mostly people telling me all through school that I'm slightly different the way I do stuff. I'll think about things in a different way than other people, and sometimes I can have something explained to me the way that everybody else in the class would understand, but a slightly different way, and I finally get it. It's just slightly different stuff like that.
And growing up, how did family, school friends, teachers all react to you?
It was okay. My parents were like, you're not going to achieve as much as other people, because they just put it down to being, you're not quite up there with other people, which was something that then my parents were like, well, don't worry about your grades, stuff like that. Just, that didn't matter. But at the same time, I could have gone and found something, that I was good at, which I later on found that I liked cars. So I got a job, and then when it got into the auto electrics, I found that interesting, where a lot of people aren't interested that are mechanics. They kind of just want to do the repairs, and I like the stuff where people start getting bored in it, and that's where I finally found what I like to do.
Mm-hmm.
That and painting as well. That's another way of bright colours and colourful paintings, and that's what I do at home to keep me.
Yeah.
So Harry the boss, he likes to go and play Minecraft, stuff like that, and it's just what we do to switch off. I paint now instead. So.
It must sound like it must have been quite challenging when you were young or navigating through this.
Yeah.
What was the most difficult period in your childhood?
Well, eventually, it was growing up was hard in a way, because I didn't really understand why I wasn't quite the same as other people. I didn't feel like I was stupid, but I knew I wasn't quite the same. But I never had it diagnosed, and that was hard, to just know why I'm not the same, why I think different, and you don't want to be thought of as the classroom idiot or something like that when you're not. It's just that you're slightly different. But yeah, it was. I'm trying to think what I was going to say. I've lost it now. I forgot what it was going to lead to. But
when it comes back.
Yeah, it'll come back to me.
Yeah. Now, Matt, do you have any sensory sensitivity issues, or does your son have any?
Yes. Yeah, my son's very much like that. You can't hug him or touch him. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like he couldn't be lay down with a blanket over him. It's okay if you give him a tight hug. It's okay if he's on his belly over a swing, lying over the seat instead of sitting on it. He likes the pressure. Or when he was a baby, I could hold him like that and then swing him on his belly. He liked that. Certain things and moving and stuff, he's not into that at all. So yeah, it just didn't. He didn't feel comfortable with the touch. He'd move away, and it was like weird compared to other children that I've had. It was like weird to see a child that doesn't like being touched, and yeah, that was something I noticed. One of the first things I noticed with him, but he had a lot of food allergies as well and stuff like that. So we didn't know whether it was something to do with that. So, but now we know that that's just a sensory issue, and he likes it. Likes to look at his iPad a lot, and even if he's watching the telly, he still holds his iPad. And driving in the car, he looks at the iPad instead of looking through the window. It's just like it stops the travel sickness and stuff like that. So.
I mean, thank you for giving us such a detailed description of what it is that he's experiencing, and to the extent that you're able to demonstrate how he interacts with his environment, with you and others. I mean, as you know, we're doing this 632-mile hike because we're raising awareness to build a tool to help people with sensory sensitivity issues, to help identify certain triggers, whether it's sound, a certain type of visual, some visual quality, whatever. Would a tool like this have helped you in life, or do you think it would have helped your son?
Yeah, anything like that would help, definitely. Knowing sensory things that triggers somebody to react in a certain way, and it'll help explain it to themselves, not just everyone else. And once you understand why you're like that yourself, and you think, well, that's okay, now I understand why I'm like this, it doesn't really matter so much why I'm like this, as long as I understand that it happens, you know. And I think that would help other people to know that it's okay to be slightly different, because now you understand why you're different and how it affects you, and you can just get on with life and you know, and achieve things. You know, that's all that matters.
And that's wonderful, Matt. And Matt, if you would like something for the audience to know about being on the spectrum, what would it be?
I think there's a lot of people think being autistic is something that you have a mental age of being like 4 or something for the rest of your life, and it's not like that for everybody. In many ways, you're just the same as somebody else. So being on the spectrum, it's like there's certain things that are slightly different, and it's kind of like people can do really clever things, and it's not holding them back. It's just allowing them to do what they're good at, and letting them to do whatever it is that they need to do to feel confident and comfortable in the life. I kind of think of like people like, you know, the Big Bang Theory, Sheldon and stuff like that. You think that's showing somebody all the signs, and but they're amazingly intelligent and stuff like that, and can do stuff. And so it's like it's okay to be different, and that's all it means. It doesn't mean that your mental age is really low. It just means that you're good at what you do, but you're slightly different. And some people might not understand why you're different, and people just put it down to being slow or silly. You know, it's not. It's just slightly different. So, and that's okay. You know, there's lots of different people in the world, and it's okay to be different. That's the way I see it.
Well, Matt, thank you very much for this fantastic interview. In due course, we'll be getting more people talking about their experience like you have on our platform Ai4Autism. Just so our audience can find out more about your experience and also about your son Leon's experience, where can we find you online?
We have a YouTube channel called Life with Leon. Leon's my son. He's autistic, and we just do the video mainly to show people a better understanding. When somebody's autistic, they're still a person, and they still can do amazing things. So that's why we did the video. And also it lets our family see what he's up to when they don't live close by. So yeah, Life with Leon on YouTube.
Thank you very much, Matt.
No problem.
This is Matt Brereton from the Bonnygate Garages here in Cupar. Thank you very much, Matt.
Thanks for your time. Thanks.